And welcome back, everybody. This is Ghost Stories Told from the South, and this is your co-host, Lexie.
And I am your host, Stephen LeBooth, here to scare the pants off you again with some good old stories. It's a good day for just curling up and watching scary movies or reading scary books or just, man.
Yeah, it's cold.
Cold and drizzling off and on, and it's just gray and nasty.
Weather.
Yes.
Hot chocolate, popcorn, and scary movie day weather.
Yes, totally.
Totally. All right, well, this is good old episode 41, the second week
Sorry about that.
February. How's everyone's 2021 going?
Hope it's going good. Mine ain't going too bad. I can't complain. I'm excited because this is like episode 41. And do you realize we are so close to our year anniversary?
Yeah, we're so close, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I had a job interview today, and I'm really excited about that.
You just think it's kids. You're going to be bringing scary kid ghosts home with you. Ooh, what if that place is haunted?
Oh, I can't. I want to look it up, but then I'll be scared to go in.
Yeah, don't look it up. Just see what happens.
Like, if I ever quit or, get fired or, have to leave or something, I'll look it up.
You never know.
Not before, but... All right, well, I'm going to make Dad start it off this time, and then I'll follow behind like always.
Okay.
So take it off whenever you're ready, Scoob.
We're going to go over the... still, I'm covering New Zealand stuff. Everything will be in New Zealand. I'm going to go over the Naimate Hospital in Naimate, New Zealand.
Okay.
That's a tongue twister. I didn't even think about that when I was researching it. Naimate Hospital in Naimate. Oh, no, it's Naimate Hospital in Naimate, New Zealand. I just couldn't read my own handwriting.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what? Naimate. And the other one's Naimate. What?
Yeah.
So, yeah. My fault. All right. This hospital was built on the SOP town, which was sod houses.
Okay.
And sod was basically brick built from earth. I mean, basically, it's just using the mud and the straw in your environment, basically. So it was a bunch of the, they called it sod town because there's a bunch of sod houses. Well, they came in and demolished all the people's houses and stuff. And from 1874 to 75, a large building was built in its place. And in 1878, Dr. Dave was appointed the resident surgeon in December of that year. And that's when it opened its doors.
Okay.
It sits on 16 acres. It could hold 40 patients. Yeah, that's a big hospital, isn't it?
It's a huge hospital. Wow.
Yeah, it could hold 40 patients. And the grounds was covered in beautiful gardens. And there's another building just outside of it, and it was used for the smoking reading room for some of the nurses and the doctors. And they had another room just like that set up for the patients, too. So
okay.
Kind of like a lounge break room thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then the hospital had a matron, which was kind of like the matron, kind of like the woman that runs the place.
Like the head person.
Yeah. It had one matron, 3 nurses, a wordsman, and I looked that up, and that was kind of like your handy guy. The guy who did the inside work, would paint or fix the plumbing or...
Handyman?
Yeah. It's another word for a handyman.
Yeah,
a wordsman, because he's handy with his words.
Mm-hmm.
And it had always had a housemaid on call, and a cook, and a laundress, which was a person that did laundry. And, of course, they had a gardener full time.
Wow.
The hospital closed in 1995. That's crazy. It was open for a long time.
Yeah.
The hospital has several spirits in the place. The gray woman. See, the gray woman. It's either gray or white. The gray woman is said to be a patient that died there and is buried there too. And people working the night shift there was always seeing stuff and hearing stuff. So the place had a long history. I mean, they didn't go over all the deaths, which I see why. It's a hospital.
Yeah.
How many deaths having happened there? Even with 40 people there, all I mean, even being a small hospital like that, you still know they got some creepy stuff or something, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, I'm sorry I didn't pull up pictures today.
No,
My bad.
It's okay.
Because some of these places are cool looking.
Yeah, some of these are. You guys need to look them up too. They're really cool. All right, so I'm gonna do 2 back to back.
Back to back.
These are, I believe, these are both in Taiwan.
One tie.
So they're a little bit the ways from us. But I was going through our stuff last week, and I realized that we have people from there. So I was like, okay, I'm just
we
gonna
do have
go.
Taiwan
Yeah, I was
listeners.
like, I'm just gonna go out of context and just do some people from Taiwan, or not people, places from Taiwan.
Places
So-
and things.
All right. So my first story is going to be about I don't know how to say this, so I'm not even going to try, but I'll put it in the description. But this is a hospital in Taiwan. This place opened in 1975 during an economic missuit or something like that. And then it got shut down in 1993. So it wasn't open very long.
No, it really wasn't.
And it got shut down over a dispute for a public labor insurance. So, like, yeah.
Oh.
And then there's, like, scandals of fraudulent records and medical malpractices and wrongful deaths. So, yeah.
Jeez.
Well, apparently there's, like, still, like, everything is there. Like, the people literally just, like, walked out and left everything. The beds are still there, medical equipment, pharmaceutical supplies are still there, the personal effects are still there, just like everything. So it's like,
Jeez.
as everything was like to that day, you know, just vandalized. People can hear like crying coming from the hospital, and like some have reported seeing a long-haired woman walking and roaming the halls.
Long-haired woman with a black dress.
So, yeah, that was a shorty, but it's okay, because I'm going to do another one.
You go, girl.
Okay. Give me a second to write down this. My pen was being rude. Anyway, okay, so this is the Clark County Insane Asylum in Owen, Wisconsin. There's not really a lot of history. I have literally like 2 pieces of information, and then it's not much. So this place, there's nothing on this place. This place included electroshock therapy, ice water submersion, and bloodletting. I forgot to look up what that was.
Way to go.
It's a torture method that they called helping back then. So
Well, we're just helping you tell the truth.
yeah. Well, so after many years, I guess, of torment, patients got tired of it, and a lot of the patients like murdered the staff members.
Wow,
So-
that's effed up. I'd love to have that job.
Yeah, so a huge massacre happened, basically. And it's apparently one of the most haunted buildings in Wisconsin, but I don't know if I believe that because every website says that about their place.
Yeah.
So, and there's apparitions and strange noises and voices and like EVP recordings and this and that, like, you know, like regular stuff. But I mean, there was basically a massacre there, so
That's
you
crazy.
know, some stuff went down. But all right, Pop, it's your turn again.
Okay. I'm going to go over the St. James Theater in Wellington, New Zealand.
Wellington, New Zealand?
Wellington, yeah. I didn't put the in there, so
That's
it
fun
looks
to say.
Wellington. Why, 'cause it's
Wellington, New Zealand. That's fun to say.
Yeah. It rolls off the tongue quite well.
Yes, it does. Anyway, sorry, continue.
It was opened in 1912. The theater played straight movies at first. Then it was a re-innovated to make a like theater, so you could do live performances.
Oh, okay.
Then in the 1930s, it was converted partially to run movies too. And at the time when they came out with the movies and they was putting, sound with the, sound with the movies, because at first movies were silent. They didn't have no way to put voices on there. So they called them flicks. Well, that was the big deal then. Movies was big back then, so they turned it where you could still do performances, but it was a theater too.
Okay.
Or like a movie theater. And then by the 90s, it was falling to decline pretty bad. In 1997, they finally got to restore it, and it got worked on. So it got restored and reworked and all that. And then after that, because it's always had reports of ghosts, I guess. But this is just the stuff I've seen, what they talked about. There are reports of hauntings that are the ghost of a Russian performer that fell from his death. He fell from the catwalk right above the stage. He has been seen playing with the lights. Twice he has saved a stagehand's life. It was late one night. They got through doing a show one weekend, and he was going off, turning everything, well, the lights flickered. Because that's another thing they say that happens sometimes. Lights flicker on and off. Mm-hmm. And they think it's this guy. He was walking across the stage, and the lights went blank. Okay. And then he felt something shoving back, and he was like, what the hell? And the lights came on. There's nothing there. Well, he looked. Whatever it was saved his life because he was fixing to walk into the opera pit, basically where the band sits and plays.
Oh.
Yeah, he was fixing to walk in that, and yeah.
Yeah, that would not have
been. So it saved his life, and then I can't remember the other story, but that one really stuck in my head because I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would not. So, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then there's the walling woman. She can be heard wallowing through the halls. She was an actress trying to make her comeback, but on her big night, she got booed right off the stage. That sucks.
Yeah, that's not. I don't like
that. People can be assholes.
Yes, they can. People are not nice.
Yes. Well, you know what I say? Fuck them.
Exactly.
Right in the butthead. All right. She was an actress. Okay, she got booed off the stage. Well, later that week, in her house, she slit her wrist and killed herself.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So be careful when you boo people or tell them they suck. Tell them they suck in a nice way. I mean, it's just like us on this podcast. If we're doing a bad job, say, "Hey guys, you're doing this. Maybe do this, or maybe." Turn this up a little bit. Don't be like, man, your show fucking sucks. You're an idiot. I mean, come on. I can take criticism, but not somebody cussing me out like a drill sergeant. So just remember, guys, be nice, or that might come back to haunt you. Literally.
Literally.
She is known for odd occurrences that happen to women playing the lead role in plays.
Good thing I'm
like
not
their lights would turn on and off, or somebody would be tugging on them when they're performing.
Good thing I'm not a drama teacher or a drama nerd or whatever. Because, no, I was never that kid. I'm glad I'm not.
Yeah.
I was a band nerd, but
I don't want to be I don't want to be the star role anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, she messes with the females that got the starring role.
Nope.
Then there's Stan Andrews. He is another ghost that can be heard whistling backstage. Because he was a stagehand backstage, and he'd just walk around whistling all the time. And you can also hear a boys' choir singing in the auditorium, too. Because the story goes with that is they came to perform or something, and when they did, and they was getting back on the train to leave, or the train had a wreck and killed all the kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So...
I did not mean to laugh, but dang.
Yep.
Okay.
So they haunt the place. So yeah, it's full of ghosty boasties.
Yeah, that's always fun, right?
Yeah.
We love ghosts. Is that all?
It's great.
That's sad. Okay, on that note, it's my turn. So I'm going to be talking about the View Manor.
You're viewing my hill.
Alright. So this place is in New Castle, Pennsylvania. This place was built in 1925, And it was used as a home, like, for people who just got out of prison and who needed help getting back on their feet. And it would help them, like, learn new skills and get a job and stuff like that.
Oh.
It opened in 1926, and then it was also used as a home for the elderly. Okay, so let me correct myself. When it first opened, like when it was like first built, it was used as a home for the elderly. The owner moved in with his children and his wife and his family and his 12 staff members, and they ran the place. But like later on, it was used as a home for those after prison who needed help. So, it was sectioned off to 3 sections. There's the center section. It's a 3-story little spot. There's a kitchen, there's laundry facilities, there's a hospital, there's quarters for the staff, and there's a private residence for the family.
Oh, I bet you they feel special.
And then there's also a east and a west wing.
There's east wing?
East and west.
What's in the east wing?
There's one for men and women, like for like separate sides, like whenever it was a home for the elderly.
Oh.
And then there's also
that's one thing I never could understand. Even as a grown up, they still try to divide you like you're back in grade school camp or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? We're like, people are in their 60s and 70s and 80s in here, and you still try to, no, you don't come over here.
Yeah, men and women, or girls and boys. There's also a bomb shelter, and there's a working farm. And this place can house up to 110 residents. So it's pretty big.
Oh, my God.
And then, I guess, so from 1926 to 1944, the original owners, which were the Schneiders, they ran the facility, but then they were like in their 70s, and the district were like, no, you can't run anymore because you're old.
That's messed up.
Yeah, I read it, and I was like, that's really rude.
Yeah, just because they're old. I mean, you can be old and still be freaking out. I mean, I know some people that are older and still get around like they're 30 years old again.
Yeah.
And their brain's still good. So that's how I look at it. I mean, if they just because they're old, that's bull crap.
They were doomed and unfit to keep on going just because they were in their 70s. It was stupid. But 1944, somebody else took over. And then that person was the director or whatever until 1960. And then in 1974, it was remodeled. And they added 3 more stories to wherever on it. And then it closed in 2004 because of financial issues.
Well, it hung in there for a long time.
Yeah, it really did. I did not mean to smack the crap out of the mic just then.
I know. I have a bad habit of that.
Headphone users, I'm so sorry. Or if you're in your car and all of a sudden you're... Arr!
Yeah, I do it too. I try to keep everything clear, especially under our stands.
Yeah, it is an accident. Anyway, so I found out that Ghost Hunters and then the show called Ghost Lab and Ghost Adventures have been there.
Well, get ready, because Ghost Stories Told from the South is going to be there.
Yeah. So doors slam shut. There's footsteps in the hallways. Voices can be heard. You get scratched. There's paddles. Pipes rattling you can hear. Banging. And then I guess objects move on their own. Like everything has a mind of its own.
That's crazy.
There's this little boy ghost that's seen a lot. He's either 6 or 7. His name is Jeffrey. Apparently the urban legend is if you see him, you're going to die. So if you see this boy, you might die soon. Or something.
That's always great.
And then there's a ghost in the boiler room. He's an old man, and he doesn't like you messing with him.
Sure his name ain't Freddy?
Hey, it might be. Then there's also a presence in room 105. And there has been a lot of EVPs recorded. And then even former employees have seen and felt numerous things. I really kind of want to check that place out. I think.
That sounds pretty interesting right there.
All right, what do you have?
I've got, it's a little shorty, so I'll probably go back to back.
All right, that's fine. I did 2 back to back at the beginning, so.
I'm going to go over the Masonic Hotel. The Masonic Hotel. I'm sorry, Masonic. Masonic Hotel. The Masonic Hotel in Napier, New Zealand. The hotel was built in 1860, and it's a 3-story hotel, but in the early 1890s, it burnt to the ground. So, remember this. That was the first time it was built, and it got burnt to the ground.
Okay.
And then, in 1897, it was rebuilt. At the time, it was the grandest hotel around. Then, in 1931, an earthquake hit it and destroyed it. So, that one was done.
That was the second time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in 1932, it was rebuilt again for the third time.
All right. Third time's a charm.
Yeah. And then the hotel, it's been stable since then. They haven't had to tear it down or nothing.
Like I said, third time's a charm.
Yeah, but 3 times. So you know that place has got some damn spirits.
Talk about restoration.
Yes, it's got a fire. So if anyone died in the fire, their spirits are going to be in it. Then the earthquake, so the people from the earthquake, their spirits are going to be there.
And then the remodeling, bringing all that up.
Yes, so, man, that'd be like a hotcakes. That'd be like hotcakes right there, buddy. I mean, there'd be stuff all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
It says the spirits there are... The hotel has many spirits that haunt the spirits and where they roam the halls, haunting the place.
Okay.
There have been many natural deaths there, like heart attacks, stuff like that. People dying in their sleep or something from weird causes. But there's also been a crap load of suicides too through the years. So.
Oh, that's always fun.
And see, this is another hotel. They didn't go into detail because there was just so many natural deaths and suicides. So it don't have like 1 or 2. Apparently, it's got more than that. That's effed up.
Yeah, that's a lot.
We just got plenty of them. Don't give a certain number.
Give away.
Lights turn on and off, and music can be heard, and voices and apparitions appear at night. It is a very, very spooky place, they say. They say, of course, it's one of the top 10 hottest places in New Zealand. Or scariest, they say. That's creepy.
We need to go check it out.
Yes, I'd love to go to New Zealand. Sometimes I wish I could just move there. Just get away from everything.
Yeah, new start.
That'd be fun.
Are you going to go again, or is it my turn?
I'm going to go one more time. We're going to go one more time, and then you can go, and I got one more after that.
All right.
Then I'm going to go over Spirit Bay. Spirit Bay is in the northern, probably top part of the, what I could read in New Zealand. Now, if I'm wrong, let me know. But it's in the northern very point of New Zealand. Spirit Bay and other are called... Now, I'm probably torturing this, but give me a minute. P-wine? P-wine? P-wine?
P-wine? It's P-I-W-H-A-N-E.
Yeah.
So if you know how to say that...
Peony? That sounds like I'm saying pee on my knee or something.
Peony? Yeah, we're so sorry. We don't know how to talk.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, anyways, it's at the northern part of New Zealand. It was named one of the best camping places in the area of New Zealand to go camping at. It's also one of the scariest places in New Zealand, too, according to locals. Locals and legends says that it's a place where the dead come to leave this world and go to the other ancestral home.
Okay.
So yeah, that's weird. Oh, we got a lot of ghosts. They come here. It's a bus station. It's like a train station.
It's just the next stop to New World.
Yeah. Just think camping there and seeing that. Oh, what the hell?
I would be like, I'm tripping or something. I don't know what I would think.
Well, they say if you go there at night, when you're camping, you can see on the beach people walking, and they all walk to a certain point and they disappear. They get to a certain point and they disappear, and they think that's the gate that they're going to. But they say you can yell at them and go, "Hey, what are you doing?" And they just, keep their head straight, looking forward. Don't even acknowledge you're there, and just keep forward.
Okay.
Like they're on a mission. Yeah.
Do you, boo boo? That's weird.
Yes, that's very, very weird.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
take that back. I got 2 more after this one.
Okay. I chose this place because it reminds me of a song, and you'll see why in a minute. But
see, sorry guys,
just straight up
I hit
punch
springs.
that.
I didn't mean to. It was my pen. See, I need to get. That's another reason I need to move my mic stand closer to get it where I can get it higher, so I don't hit stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the Doherty Hotel in Clare, Michigan. All right. So this place was built in 1924, and it became the hangout for the gangsters in the 1920s and the 1930s. And then there was also a lot of murders and illegal gambling.
Oh, no way.
There, so, cool. And apparently it's the site of one of the most notorious murders in 1938. I guess, if I'm reading this right, I think this is what I gathered. I guess somebody from the Purple Gang died or something.
Was it in the Chicago area?
It says in Michigan.
Huh, I don't know, but I do know around Chicago, I think there was a gang called the Purple Gang or something like that.
It was like, it was like the attorney or somebody. I don't know. It was really confusing. But somebody died, and it was a bad murder or something. Anyway, that person who died, he haunts the place, and other people do too, but like he's the main person. Apparitions.
Go somewhere where a gangster's haunting. That'd be pretty cool.
Ooh, yeah. That would be awesome. I'd be okay with that. Apparitions are said to be seen, and they lock and unlock doors. And then they also, knock on your door, and they just leave. And yeah, they just show up and randomly knock, and then they walk away. So.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to do another one because that one was really short too, but, it's okay. So this one is kind of sad, but it's okay because I read it and I was like, that's sad. So this place is called the Mountain Meadows Massacre.
Say that 3 times fast.
No. And this is in Utah. The Boyo, Utah. Basically, this is the site of a massacre that happened. I just punched my mic. I'm sorry.
We're
awful today.
God.
I was using my hand to talk.
Sorry
and I was like,
if the recording sucks today. You're going to be hearing a lot of ding dong.
Anyway, it was the site of a massacre happened where the Thatcher wagon train was. So the oh my lord, the wagon train was what I'm trying to say.
The banker faker
is it was made up of men, women, and children of all ages, and they were traveling from Arkansas. Sorry, I say Arkansas. From Arkansas, traveling. They were all from Arkansas, but they were traveling through Utah to California. But they got attacked by some Mormons. They got attacked by Mormon militia. So, I read this and I was like, whoa, prediction. On 9/11, but of 1857.
Dang, that's weird. In 1857, a bad accident happened on 9/11?
Yes. So I was like, whoa, that's weird.
That is.
Well, so 120 to 140 men, women, and children were slaughtered. Like, it was bad. No one claimed their bodies or anything, like, because, it was a massacre, so, like, they just barely buried them, and, like, coyotes got a hold of their bodies. Like, it was bad.
Oh, God.
It was sad. And then they spared, I think, like, maybe 10 kids, like the youngest, like under 7, and then they kidnapped them and took them in their own families. And then I guess wherever they were going, their family knew they were supposed to come, and then when they didn't, they contacted help. and they got the U.S. Army involved, and they finally found the kids after like 2 years.
Wow.
So, but now there's a memorial in the park, or this meadow part area thingy. So that's cool. Anyway, to the ghost stuff. So I read that and I was like, wow, that's so sad.
That's messed up.
Excuse me. Anyway, so you can get this eerie feeling of being watched, whenever you're over there. You can hear cries of a woman and children crying. You can see this woman walking across the meadow. And you can also see school-aged children playing and laughing in the meadow. And then this older man, you can see him crying, and his clothing is from the 1800s. Huh. And apparently this is the guy that was in charge and was responsible for the massacre, and he was like one of the guys, but he was the only one that got like in trouble for it.
Where was this again?
In Utah. Yeah, I never learned about this in history.
Massacre in Utah, 1857 at 9/11. Wow.
Yeah, and I never learned about this as in history, so I was like, wow, this is cool.
Well, they don't want to tell you stuff like that.
I know. I was like, whoa.
That really happened.
So, yeah, that was cool. I think that would be a cool place to go to, because it happened. Like it's like an actual event in history. Those hit deep. Those hit deep. So, but okay, I'm gonna let you go, Daddy-O.
All right. I'm going to do the Goatman of New Zealand.
Oh, there's a New Zealand Goatman?
Yes, well, there's a Goatman pretty much in everybody's culture, seems like.
True.
The Goatman of New Zealand. The Goatman has been spotted all over New Zealand. The reports say that he was 7 to 8 feet tall, hairy all over, with a goat's head. Sometimes walking on 2 feet or 4, They never, it always...
Whatever he feels like that day.
Yeah, just whatever he feels like. I'm going to be lazy. I'm walking on all 4s today. Are they farting?
I think so.
God, these dogs. When we're in here doing this podcast, we're just under the table, just asleep and just...
It smells like somebody pooped in here, and I was looking around the floor because I thought so, and I was about to be mad, but there's nothing.
It's them farting. Okay. There have been reports of him being spotted at Waiaro military camp. Yeah, try to pronounce that one, buddy. Waiaro military camp. There he was. He has been seen scaring the few people who do live there.
Okay, he's terrorizing the few people who live there.
Some say it's a prank, but people believe that he is real. It's the real deal.
It's the real deal, man.
Yeah. And then the Goatman has been spotted along the old dirt road which runs past the Waiaro camp. Witnesses say he jumps off the road back into the bush when you approach him. But one witness says the creature almost hit his car one night back in 1957. Or 1970s, I'm sorry, 57. How the fuck did I get 57 out of 70?
I don't know. You're stuck on my story.
Anyways, yeah. It happened to him in the 1970s. And then in I don't know what it is with these freaking names there. Wayinka? Wayinka?
Somebody.
Yeah. George is another spot where the witnesses say he will get in front of your car and make you stop and ask for a ride.
No.
I didn't go any further with that one because it was getting kind of weird. And I like reading it stuff, and I have an open mind. But as I was going down further, they acted like he was getting in the car with people, and then they'd turn around and he'd be gone, and I'm like, okay, I'm drawing the line here. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not. And I mean, who knows if a lot of that stuff's true, but I don't want to be just downright bullshitting you.
Yeah.
I mean, just to get you to listen, I want to tell.
Semi-true stories
Yeah.
or something that you can at least
So
try
I
to
kind of
prove.
stopped it there. I was like, and that's what got me asking for a ride. Give me a break. The Goatman's supposed to be like Satan's son or something, isn't he?
I think. I don't know.
He's needing a goddamn ride. Really? Come on now.
Oh, do you have another story?
Yes. But I didn't know if he was going to go or what.
No, you can go ahead and go.
Cool.
What's your story?
We're going to go over the Carlilla, yeah, right, yeah. Carlilla House in Auckland, New Zealand.
Okay.
In 1866, it was known as the Training Institute for Operans, which was people who was going to be opera singers. And if you don't know what that is, Google it up. It's like real classical kind of music. I mean, they hit them high notes that bigelow, bigelow, bee.
Do that again, Dad.
I can't do that again. I'll be here all night, though. Anyways, it was a training school for that.
Okay.
And there are many myths that surround the place. But the biggest one is, now I read one place where they said this didn't happen, but the majority of the places I read I was reading that story on, they said it happened. So I only seen like one that said it didn't happen.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the majority here.
Yeah. So it was built in 1866, like I said, and it was known for a training school for the people that wanted to do opera. Well, in 1912, 43 young boys died because of a fire that smoked them out, which means they died from smoke
Smoke inhalation.
smoke inhalation, in which that means they were getting suffocated by the smoke.
Which is not fun.
Yeah. So there's 43 of them boys that died. They didn't say their ages or nothing, but they say it was started by a candle. Then the candle was, I guess, too close to the curtain, and it started on the curtain, and then it just went from there. It started going from room to room, and it was just killing kids left and right. And the fires, spread through the dorm rooms and all that.
Yeah.
So the land itself is tainted by the tragic events that has happened there. The remains of there's some of the structure that's still like up 100%, but some of it's still kind of like burnt and messed up from the fire.
Yeah.
And see, that's another thing. If it didn't happen, then why was that like that?
True.
But anyways, it was kind of like burnt and charcoal, kind of where it looked like a fire happened. Well, it still has the smoke from that. And then, what remains of the place, the children still haunt the halls of the big mansion. Because, I mean, it's basically a big mansion, basically. I mean, it was a school. And then they say if you stand outside the windows at night, you can hear kids screaming and hollering, "Help me," he's crying and stuff, screaming for help.
No.
Yeah.
No, sir.
And at night when you're walking through the place, you can hear kids' footsteps going up and down the steps at the end of the hallways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
And it didn't last too long. It was going it was opened in 1880 and it went to 1915. And then it was just used for military purposes and stuff after that, they said.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not that long at all.
But yep, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's it for me, mate.
All right. Well, that's all for me, too. Well, we made it to 40, so we did pretty good this time.
Heck yeah, because I did 6 stories. 6 stories in a vol.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Our numbers are still climbing in New Zealand.
Yes.
Still climbing in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed Canada's coming up, Russia.
Everything. We're doing so good. Thank you, guys.
Awesome, guys. We're averaging, and I know it probably don't sound big to a lot of people, but, we're averaging like 100 downloads a month. That's freaking good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Don't mean to toot my own horn, but
toot,
toot, toot, mother.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. We will talk to you guys next Wednesday.
As always, me and Lexie's kicking around an idea if we're going to do a live podcast. Either they don't need to do it. We don't know yet if we're going to do it on Facebook or YouTube. We don't for sure yet. Probably Facebook.
Yeah.
But we're not for sure. We're not going to do that. We might try to do that in the next month or two. So, yeah, you got anything else you want to say? Any announcements? Any big stories coming your way?
I don't think so.
And our anniversary, I'm still kicking on the idea about getting the Hell House, but I don't know. I'm scared.
Yeah, I want to get it, but I don't want anything coming home with me.
Yeah, I'm scared. I don't want nothing to follow me home. That's my big deal. What if something follows us home?
You know what's weird about my new house? Oh, yeah, I got a new house with my mom. So that's where I've been for the last few weeks.
She don't get to camp out over here and do story after story now.
Yeah, it's difficult now. Anyway, my bedroom door is the only door in the house that will not stay open and it creaks.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, and I know the house is on level, but even my bathroom door and Faith's door, which is on the same side of the house, doesn't even do that.
Yeah.
In the front door.
You know what I was thinking we should do maybe too? We should pick a scary movie and do a watch along.
Yeah.
We should do that.
We need to.
We just turn the volume down, and we could put the other earphones in here, so we can hear, so that they can get us jumping and laughing and talking about the movie.
Yeah,
and then all we gotta do is just tell them to watch it from their.
Yeah, and we need to do a get to know me thing too, so they can get to know us better.
Yeah, we could do that too.
Maybe that can be one of our lives.
Yeah, because once the COVID stuff's done, we could have a meet and greet or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Would you guys honestly pay to see our ugly mugs? Well, not my daughter. She's beautiful, but I'm just an old man. There ain't nobody going to want to see me.
Oh, shut up. All right, well, we're going to hop off here.
Well, don't forget now, kiddos and kidettes, that we are on Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, Anchor, iHeart, Panderoso. We're pretty much everywhere.
Anywhere and everywhere that you can think of.
iTunes, Amazon. I mean, we're pretty much everywhere.
Oh, and this is my most frequently asked questions about the podcast. If you don't have a music platform like Spotify or Apple Music or Pandora, just go to YouTube. You don't have to pay to watch us.
Yeah, you don't have to pay to watch us.
Just go to YouTube and you can either watch us or we have blank ones too.
Yeah, because there's some videos I put up there of us doing the podcast, and sometimes we don't feel like doing it. Like today, we didn't do a video. So then I got to put a still picture up there and do the track or the audio. But yeah, y'all go to YouTube too. I know that don't cost crap.
Even if you don't want to watch the video, you can just set it away and
listen to us.
So. Well, okay.
But don't forget that we're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Meter,
YouTube,
and all that good stuff. And hope you guys enjoyed it. We will holler at y'all guys later. Be good.
Bye.
Hope you have a great evening, and I hope it didn't scare you too much. If you have been listening to this, my friends, this has been Ghost Stories told from the South. This is your co-host,
Lexie.
And I'm your host, Steve in the booth. And we are out of here.